You did.
I'm all caring and shit.
I can't tell. Anyway, welcome to the threesome, y'all. This is the podcast where the three of us try to talk about at least 3 topics each week. As y'all know by now, the three of us are our point person and optimistic realist. Her name is Star.
Fight the power.
Fight the powers that be.
I actually put that on our Sunday songs in the Facebook group.
Did you? I missed it because I had no lights.
Well, I did it after the lights were. We'll talk about that. Anyway, the center of our threesome and the self-proclaimed voice of reason. His name is Magic.
Self-proclaimed now. Hey. It's going hate. It's going love, boy. Woo.
Yeah, okay. And bringing up the rear, as usual, I identify as a pragmatic contrarian, and I go by Storm. So,
Just be out here making sense all episode. Let's go.
Well, let's start with the fact that we are recording this on a Monday, which normally we record on a Friday.
Tell them why you mad, son.
Star, you want to go? Because I'm hostile and I don't want to be hollering.
Listen,
Uh-oh.
I don't understand how Ohio, pretty much, or parts of Ohio got hit with the same storm.
Indiana, Illinois, Ohio, Wisconsin, everybody.
And they only had tens of thousands out, of power, which, it's still, that's a lot of people.
All those states combined had less people out than we did.
We had hundreds of thousands.
Almost a million.
Yes.
Over 800, almost 900,000 people were out of power.
And absolutely ridiculous. And it took 5 freaking days for us to get power back. Like, I don't think they even realize, or maybe even don't care.
They don't give a fuck
how inconvenient that is for the average person. Like for me, say this: I had $300 worth of groceries, at the very least. $300
at least. I had just gone to the grocery store. Listen. I found chicken wings at the grocery store last Sunday night. Do you know how hard it's been to find chicken wings these days? I found chicken wings, and I found them, and I had them like Simba. I was like, yes! Got them home, got them in the freezer, and then the fucking power goes out.
Power out.
For days.
Was y'all just on the grill for days at a time?
What? On what?
On the grill.
No. No. I mean, I wish. I wish that, first of all, it was so hot and humid.
It was miserable. And then I made the mistake of having the confidence that in the utility company, like, it'll be on, before my freaking food goes bad. Yeah, right.
Don't know why you did. Because my fucking confidence in Detroit Edison, and yes, I'm going to call them Detroit Edison. I know they go by DTE Energy now, but I'm old, so I call everybody by their old ass name. I still call it Kentucky Fried Chicken. I still
say Hudson's. I still say Perry's every now and then.
I still call it Home Box Office. So I understand y'all trying to rebrand and shit, but I'm old. Okay.
Yeah, your refusal to let go is hard. Yeah.
Yes, line in the sand. Your mama named you Detroit Edison. That's what I'm gonna call you.
That's what you is.
So, DTE Energy. Okay.
You motherfuckers.
These motherfuckers. Okay, so the reason why I didn't have any faith in them is because this is my 5th. Count them 5. This is the 5th time.
Fizzy.
Yes, you can't even say Candyman's name that many times before bullshit happens. This is my
Beetlejuice, none of
fifth.
them.
None of them, right? This is my fifth power outage, extended power outage this fucking summer. Okay, just this summer I have lost power 5 times, and this one was this one was the longest. And every time the power goes out, they give us the same bullshit.
Yes,
Oh
they
well, it's
do.
the weather and no no no. Well, it's fucking. It's
Yep.
fucking Michigan. The fucking wind blows. You know that. We have trees. Okay? Bury the fucking lines if you're not
Yep.
going to
Get to
maintain the
burying them
shit.
lines. Yep.
But they don't want to bury the lines. You want to know why they don't want to bury the lines?
Because the
Because
cost.
according to them, oh no, burying the lines costs like 6 times more than it does to maintain what we have, and we'll pass, and we don't want to raise your electric rates. Bull fucking shit. You raise our electric rates every chance you get anyway, despite the fact that we don't have any reliable ass electric. See, I said I wasn't going to yell, right? Here I am yelling. Anyway, but you also know that you're a fucking utility company, so you can't pass all that cost off on us because shit is regulated. So you know that you're gonna have to cut into your fucking ass profits by upgrading the fucking shit, and you
Yep.
don't want to do that because you put profits over fucking people. Okay, I'm
Absolutely.
done. Sorry.
Absolutely.
I had to get that out. And
This
then,
is so
okay,
sexy.
and then let me tell you about this bullshit, okay? They're like, oh, if we've been out for 100, what was it, like 105 hours during a crisis, more than 105 hours, if it takes us,
They
um,
give you $25
they
credit.
give you a
This
$25
is
credit,
fucking weird.
or if you've lost power more than I think 7 times in a 12 month, which I have. But they're like, oh, we'll give you a $25 credit. 25
That's
fucking dollars?
ridiculous.
I
That is
paid that for the
ridiculous.
fucking wings. Okay? $25? Okay? And then if you claim that credit, if you look at the fine print, you claim that credit, you're not eligible for it again for another 12 months.
Which is some BS.
How is that fucking fair? And then they tell you, well, if you lose if you have to throw away your food and whatnot, then you should claim it on your
Blame on your
homeowners, and
homeowners or your renters insurance. Why
so
should
that they
my
can
rates go up
raise
because of
more
your
fucking
incompetent?
rates. And then nothing happens to you motherfuckers who aren't doing the bare fucking minimum. Okay,
Yep.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Yep.
Whoosah.
She's angry.
Woo, am I angry? Ugh.
The baby's listening to you like,
Yeah,
this is
shoot. The baby's probably like, yeah, that
it
was some bullshit in my short
was.
life.
Yeah.
Like,
Like
shit.
I couldn't even come home for 5 days. Couldn't wash the
Right.
cars. Couldn't do nothing.
Which is a
Nope.
big fucking chunk of that baby's life.
Right.
You got to
Yeah,
get
I'm
that.
only 4 months old.
I survived the Detroit blackout jersey or
Right.
onesie.
Mm, yes. That wasn't even the worst one. I mean, we've been through some blackouts.
Yeah.
This isn't even as bad. And this wasn't even as bad as the one. When was that? 91? I don't know. Remember when the whole East Coast went?
Yep. I remember that.
Yeah, I couldn't get no gas. It was crazy. But anyway. DTE, y'all some bitches.
Y'all suck.
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck
Y'all
you.
suck monkey balls.
Yes. And fuck every last one of y'all.
Even the baby agrees.
Yep.
Our fourth co-host.
Yep. True.
Most consistent guest.
Wait.
Right.
And tell them what you found when you went looking for hotel rooms.
Okay, so the first night of the power outage, if I had decided to go get a room, I probably could have gotten a room anywhere between, I'll say $60 for like a 2.5 star to $120 for like maybe a 4 star, right? The next freaking night, the average, I know. The next freaking night, the average room cost had went up to anywhere between like 250 and like $300. Like freaking Red Roof Inn was like $120. So I did find one that was asking $2,500 a fucking night. Like, are you freaking kidding me?
Could have been next
Now,
door to Dr. Dre's daughter.
well, I was gonna say it should be said that that was in the rich folks' neighborhood, but still
I get it, but that's ridiculous. That's
ridiculous.
gouging at its worst.
Yes, yes. And then, of course, some of us, have fur children, so you can't just go to any old hotel.
Yeah.
So you're pretty much stuck with being miserable in the hot ass house. I mean, at one point in my house, it was 91 degrees.
Yep, I think mine's read up to like 93.
Ridiculous.
Yep.
Okay, I'm done this time for real. I want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Go vote.
Think I'm not? Matter of fact, I already drafted letters to my state representative and my state senator because they gotta fix this shit.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. I missed out on money.
Also,
I literally had to go to a McDonald's to beg them to let me come and charge, like plug up in their, like to come and let me charge my stuff up in their lobby because I was trying to get to a job yesterday. Like,
man. Yeah, now I charged my cell phone in the car. My computer died, and it was just like, but yeah.
But I needed to charge camera batteries.
I spent a whole. I say a whole. I wasted $25 worth of gas just charging up my cell phone.
Yep.
Which doesn't seem like a lot, but understand.
It's a cost that you shouldn't have to incur.
Well, also understand that I put $25 worth of gas in my car, and sometimes that lasts me 2-3 months.
Right.
It lasted me 2 days because I had to sit there and charge up devices. Bullshit.
Yep.
All this extra cost. I just went to the grocery store, spent hundreds of dollars, and now I got to spend money to go eat out.
Yep.
What kind of bullshit is that?
Yep.
Okay. I'm really done this. Oh, no, I'm not. Also, to the motherfuckers online caping for DTE, talking about, well, you guys need to be understanding because they can't control the storm. Fuck all of y'all, okay? All of y'all. Because them motherfuckers don't give a fuck about you. Quit caping for them. There is no excuse for me to not have power 5 fucking times in one summer. Yeah. Shut the fuck up. Nobody asked you. Okay, I'm sorry.
Your ears are burning, aren't they?
Now
I'm gonna need Macmillan to go on and write this story.
Okay. Whew. Exhale.
You feel better?
No. I still got a lot of pinup rage behind DTE.
Yep, I get it.
Adam, I don't even live there.
They caused me to miss out on Dave Chappelle. You know I'm pissed.
Yeah, well, luckily for me, I have Sling. Shout out to Sling TV. No,
I'm talking about working the show.
Oh, the show. Yeah.
Oh, speaking of shows, shout out to 85 South. I saw them out in Fayetteville. That shit was entertaining.
Ah. Okay.
Glad you had fun.
Yep.
Hey.
I'm glad somebody had a good weekend.
Ooh, yeah.
Anyway, so while we're talking to you, Magic, you wanted to talk about people being on some private eye shit.
I keep hearing about it on podcasts and in songs and seeing it on the various different social medias. And I might be in the minority here, but I don't really see what's wrong with going through your partner's phone. I think if you're doing it on a regular basis, you're a level of paranoid that you don't need to be in a relationship. But hey, a few months, glance through it. I don't see the problem. The worst you're gonna do
Well,
is find
yeah.
out the truth and not like it.
Right. I'm like, why are you? Why do you need to? To me, that's weird. I mean,
To
I
me,
don't
it's
know.
weird if it's consistent.
To me, it's weird that you even want to do it. Like, when I tell you, I have zero desire to look at somebody else's cell phone. I mean, the only reason why I would ever need to do it is because I had some kind of suspicion. Or
Oh,
now
definitely
here's
then.
here's the thing. Okay, if I just asked to look at your cell phone for something like innocuous, like, oh, let me check the weather, hand me your phone, and then you start acting funny, that's, yeah, okay. Red flag, okay?
Yeah.
Because I'm not even trying to go through your phone. I just wanted to check the weather. You know what I mean? And you start
That's
Mm-hmm.
acting
where it
funny.
starts.
That lets me know that there's something on there that you don't want me to see.
Mm-hmm.
But the irony about me is, at that point, I don't need to see it. I already know all I need to know about
Mm-hmm.
that. Which is,
They could have been
and
on Amazon shopping for your next present and just didn't want you to catch it.
well, and then he can stop doing that because I'll probably be out. 'Cause, yeah, I don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I know I don't
Circumstantial
really
evidence.
I don't give a fuck. This ain't no court of law. Shit, I ain't trying to put you in jail. You know, it's
Just a
a whole
headline.
different. It's a whole different burden of proof in my courtroom. All I need is,
Suspicion.
hey, pretty much, pretty much. If I have suspicion about you, to me, that's a pretty good indication that you're not the person I need you to be.
Mm-hmm.
So why prolong this? You know what I mean?
I I don't believe in going through phones. I just don't. Um, I feel like if we're at the point where I feel like there's a need for me to go to your phone, then there's a bigger conversation that needs to be had.
Yeah, like peace. Out.
Um, yeah, I can't. I don't want you going through my phone. Not that I even have anything to hide. I just feel like we do so much for with our phones. Um, that that's a private space. I don't want you going through my phone.
Right. I mean, in a lot of ways, that would be like somebody, like reading your
Going through your
journal.
diary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother subject. Like, why did you write it? But
Because it's therapeutic.
I guess I was turning them all into rhymes, and when I do write, I'm way more sane.
And
Okay,
see, and
but
see, here's the thing. There's things that can be read in the written word. I mean, you read it. Once you read it, that can be taken out of context. You
Oh
know
yeah,
what?
text messages happen all the time.
All the time. So why would? Yeah, no. Mm-mm.
but not just that. Not just that. When I write in my journal, it's not always like all my innermost truth. You know what I mean? Sometimes I just write bullshit because
Yeah,
it's entertaining to me at the time, so I put it in my journal. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Or sometimes, like, well, y'all may not know. I write novels a lot, in my head. So sometimes I'll write that stuff down in my journal. and it'll be stuff that I completely made up in my head that has nothing to do with no basis in reality. But if someone were to read that, they'd be like, "Damn," you know what I you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So yeah, don't be reading people's journal.
So the
Yeah.
script.
Yep.
Well, I might pretty soon. That's actually, something that's might be on the horizon. Stay tuned.
And the
Yeah.
Lifetime channel.
It may be. Oh, actually, this latest story would actually be great for Lifetime.
Get
What
me on the
latest?
soundtrack.
But yeah, yeah. Also, yeah, I don't know. I just feel like if I got to be a private eye, then we're not compatible. We're just not.
I know I'm weird in that I don't keep a lock on my phone, my computer, anything, and most of my emails or social media or whatever accounts log in automatically. I don't really care who goes through my shit because I live my truth. Even when I'm doing some fuckery, I'm gonna be like, yeah, I did that, and whatever benefits or consequences come with it, fuck it, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna do the crime, do the time ass person. And I think in
Okay.
going through other people's shit, that it's never really been my steez, but every now and then, maybe once or twice a year, I go look like the fuck she doing. Let me make sure it ain't no bullshit because people be lying and trying to be sneaky.
Hmm.
But I will say when I knew shit was fucked up, oh yeah, I was checking every goddamn thing on the regular. Gather this evidence for this motherfucking court case.
Yeah. I
Yeah, I
mean,
mean, oh, go ahead.
no. I mean, I guess once it gets to that point, you double check, you check and confirm suspicions, and like you say, you gathering the evidence for the
I
court
was
case.
I was gonna say the only reason I would have to do it would be to gather evidence.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that would be the only circumstance. Because otherwise, at that point, I'm out anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if you in I don't know, a regular to raggedy ass relationship and things just start going too far left, it's not that hard to go, fuck it, I'm out. You
That's what
got
I'm
kids
saying.
and a mortgage and all kinds of other shit. It's like, god damn. All right.
That that was what I just acknowledged.
Yeah. I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah, I'm real quick to. I mean, matter of fact, I probably should work on that. But yeah, I'm real quick to be like, all right, I'm out. That's bullshit. I'm out.
I
I ain't
know
putting up
I'm
with
the
that. I'm
baby
out.
of this group, but we have all gotten to the age where we have done enough practice relationships. Anything from here on better be the motherfucking truth.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, it would be nice.
Yeah,
yeah,
what
I mean, I
it's that
mean, I am
process of
a
getting rid of some bullshit, but
I'm a professional switch flipper. I mean,
Mm,
I'm
like
not sure I
it's
want to know
real.
what that means exactly.
I mean, cause I mean, it could be one thing that makes me flip that switch, and then all of a sudden I'm out. I'm done.
you a switch hitter.
I wouldn't say all that.
That's somebody that's by.
Oh, that's right. Sorry.
Wouldn't say all that, but yeah, I will flip a switch like real quick. Like, I'll go from hot to cold like that. I will go from you're the best thing since sliced meat to the sound of your voice. It grates on my nerves.
I don't like the
Wow.
way you say sliced meat, but okay.
Yeah, I guess that wouldn't ring in your ears too well.
Hmm.
Mm-mm.
Wow. I'm pretty sure that's not what was meant, but
No,
I
but
know.
now that you mention it,
oh no.
not a bad idea. Anyway,
Terrible.
Star,
Yes.
you got some problems with the media. And they little bias, huh?
So yesterday, local television station was on my block, and they were talking to some of the residents that were sitting outside in their cars and, charging their phones or just sitting outside, period, and, interviewing people. So they interviewed me, and I'm not normally a good interview person, especially on camera. Um, Too self conscious. Like, I got lipstick on my teeth,
Lord.
whatever. So anyway, I actually gave a great interview,
Articulate black ass.
and I gave a great interview, and I brought up, valid points about DTE and the inconvenience, and um, that it's been to all of us, the elderly neighbors in our neighborhood, and and how they really need to take a good look at, or another good look at, burying these lines. I'm like, climate change is here. We've never had rains like this, that like we've had them over the past couple of years. And this old antiquated system just cannot support the changes that have been taking place the last 15 years. I'm like, the
Right.
ground is soft.
And these motherfuckers' solution is we gonna cut some tree limbs.
Yeah, we're gonna cut some tree limbs. It doesn't matter if you cut the tree limbs if the
When
ground is so soft
that the
that
whole
the
tree
tree
falls.
is falling over. You know? And I
They're so
said that.
retarded.
I was like, with these torrential rains that we have been receiving, the ground is so soft that a lot of these trees are coming up at the roots, and
Yep.
again, this antiquated system cannot sustain that. It can't take it. Do you realize that they put none of what I said about DTE
Of course not.
on there, about burying the lines and, the climate change? They used none of it. And I thought to myself, that's ridiculous. That's
Yeah.
but it's not. I'm not surprised. I'm so not surprised because I do a little work in media as well. And um wow, I've spent many years working in media under different positions like radio and PR and stuff like that. And the selective choosing of what they want to put out there and what they won't put out there is just it's ridiculous.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the story is in the hands of the editor. It has absolutely
Yep.
nothing to do with what people actually say,
Yep.
which is why, first of all, also the local news, where you would think, and yes, the local news is a little bit less biased than the national news, but it's still subject to that same bias because most of these local news stations are owned by national companies, which is
Of
why
course
you
they
see
are.
the same shit across different stations. And yeah, I don't even bother watching it. I haven't watched the news in years. I used to watch the news
Word.
when I used to have to go to work, and that was only because I needed to see what the weather was and the
Weather and the
traffic.
traffic.
Yeah,
Yep.
that was the only reason I would watch the news in the mornings. Or when my child was in school, I would watch to see, if we got a snowstorm, I'd watch to see if they canceled school. But but even then, I could look that up on on the internet, So I haven't watched the news in years.
I don't normally watch the news. I used to really watch this one local news station all the time, and I appreciated them for many years because they seem to be one of the last holdouts to, let's just say, what news has evolved into. But they gave in, and now they're just like everybody else. So I haven't really watched the news. Really, I started turning the news off once Trump was elected. I just got so sick of hearing his voice um
Well,
every
well,
day.
definitely then. Yeah, like I stopped watching like even just broadcast television
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I d- because they would keep breaking in and showing his ugh. his
I was
his
just sick of his
ugly ass face with that
mug.
anus looking mouth just used to irritate the fuck out of me. So
Yeah.
I needed to be able to fast forward through whatever. So everything I watched would be recorded so that I could fast forward if I needed to. Cause yeah, that motherfucker's annoying as hell.
I
Like I
think
said, I
the thing with news now, especially in America, is they don't broadcast the news, they broadcast their opinions of the news.
You know what?
And in many of
Yes,
these situations, it's entertainment like everything else. You know, as
yes,
a newscaster, sports reporter, or whatever, if you're not entertaining, they're going to fire you and bring in somebody else.
yes, because it's all about money. You know, the news.
Land
Ever
capitalism.
Yeah, ever since they monetized newsrooms, this is what we have.
And the
Um,
24-hour news cycle.
what irritates the shit out of me more than anything else is when you watch the news and they tell you what people are saying on social media,
Yeah.
if
and
I want to know that, I'll just go to social
I just
media.
go to social media. Like, why are you telling me what's on Twitter? Why wouldn't I just look on Twitter? You know what I
Because Twitter
mean?
gets
Like,
news faster than the news organizations, pathetically enough.
I mean, that's just the stupidest thing to me. Like, why do y'all think that that's who are you doing that for? Because
Maybe the people who aren't on social media.
then they don't give a fuck what's on social
Ding,
media.
ding,
You
ding,
know
ding,
what I'm saying?
ding.
That would be what I would surmise. If you're not on social media in this day and age, it would be because you don't give a fuck about what's on social media, right?
Yeah, if your
Okay.
ass still subscribes to the local newspaper and has it brought to your house, you don't give a fuck what's happening on Twitter.
You don't.
Yeah.
Okay. You really don't. So when they do that, that is so irritating to me. I'm like, and then you're gonna sit there and read them to me like I'm, four.
Yeah.
So irritating.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, you know,
And lazy as
I'll
fuck.
never forget.
and
I'll never
lazy as fuck.
very much so.
Because, like I could do that. Me with no degree in journalism, communications, or anything else like that. Like I could go read what the fuck is on Twitter, what's trending on Twitter, and
Oh,
tell
while
you
we're on the
what's on
subject,
Twitter.
why do people go to school to be a fucking meteorologist? When it's
Oh
all
well,
said
because
and done, all you got to do is call the Doppler number or check online. You're not actually doing anything.
it depends
It's a
on what kind
little
of
more involved than
meteorologist
that.
you're. Yeah.
Meteorologists and politicians are the only jobs on earth where you don't ever have to be right and you can keep coming back the next day.
Yeah. Well, I mean, an actual meteorologist needs to know a little science. But if you're just going to be
Yeah.
a weather person, that's different. If you're just going to stand there and read the weather,
Point.
it's one thing.
Right.
But yeah, meteorology actually is a whole,
Thing.
yeah, science. And for the record, um, doctors
Not
don't have
convinced.
doctors don't have to know what the fuck is going on either. There's a lot of guesswork there.
No,
So
they get paid to make highly educated guesses.
exactly,
Hypothesis.
and that is what meteorologists are
They
doing.
hypothesize.
So
Badly. It was
well,
raining
and
out there a couple of nights ago. I'm looking at my phone and it's telling me it's not raining. I can see outside.
well, also, I mean, you have to look at what source because like sometimes the weather that's like on the main screen of my cell phone is not accurate. So I have to go to my local weather channel and then I have accurate weather. But, whatever.
So back to
Anyway,
the media being biased.
yes.
I ended up having this discussion about that yesterday with a friend of mine, and I was talking about how back in the day I had taken a second job working for the Detroit Tigers, working for Comerica Park.
Hmm.
And Comerica Park, when they first opened, had an issue with their payroll. And they did not pay their employees for like 6 weeks.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, it was bad. And so they had this big meeting and wanted to try to make all these excuses. It's like, okay, Comerica Park is new. But the only thing they did was move from Tiger Stadium to Comerica Park. The payroll department over there at Olympia Entertainment is right above the Fox, and it's been there since however
Right.
long. The payroll department is not new, but I bet you aren't giving these excuses to the players. I bet they getting paid, or they wouldn't even be showing up, right?
Right.
So anyway, they had that meeting, and I promise you, I remember standing up and I was like, "Y'all don't know me, and you're probably thinking because I just work in suites that I'm nobody." I said, "But y'all don't have this situation resolved by next week, it's going to be a problem." And I was like, and that's not even a violent threat. There's just going to be a problem for you all. And they were like, and I'm like, okay, just mark my words. So the next week, we didn't get paid. And I went home and I pushed send on every media contact I had from working in PR.
Mm-hmm.
By Monday morning, everybody, when I tell you everybody I put send on because of the title, in order to write an effective press release, your title has to be really good and eye-catching. So the Tigers have an organization called Tigers Care. It's their charitable arm. So
Right.
I was like, my title said Tigers Care, not about its employees, blah, 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 blah. Right?
Hold up. They paid the charity organization, but not the employees.
Well, no.
No. They have an arm of the organization that does charitable work, and it's called
Yes.
Tigers
It's called
Care.
Tigers Care. So
Yeah.
basically, what I put was Tigers Care. I said, not about its employees. And then just wrote the whole story about people sitting on the curb crying because they're getting ready to get evicted. I mean, it was just bad.
Yeah.
So that Monday morning, like every media organization that I contacted pretty much had
It had
called me. Like they were,
microphone. Yeah.
yes, they were calling me and talking to me, and like the one local news station was getting ready to send me in there with like a a camera, like a hidden camera on a belt buckle,
Uh-huh.
for the
They tried
next
to
payday.
pookie you?
Huh?
They tried to pookie you?
Right. They tried to pookie me.
He be calling me, man. No,
So
sorry.
not only are the media, there are certain media organizations that are definitely biased, but they also some snitches, because I'm gonna tell you what ended up happening. So I was supposed to go pick up my camera Friday morning, right before when it was time to go pick up our paycheck, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Thursday night, Steve Faccioni, which was the vice president of the Tigers at that time, he called me personally and was like, your your pay stub, I mean, I'm sorry, your paycheck along with others will be corrected by this Friday.
Mm.
I'm like, the one media organization that didn't call me back, I
Mm-hmm.
bet you they were the snitches.
Oh, absolutely.
I bet you they were. But my thing is that I understand these are, people with millions and millions of dollars, and, they got their little snitches inside. But this is news. Like, how do you do this? You have over 1,300 employees, including your managers and supervisors, who are not receiving a paycheck for 6 weeks. Then you got people going around talking about, well, this should be a second job for most of you. Nobody works a second job.
Look.
I don't give a fuck if it's my fourth or fifth job. If I'm
I
doing
want
work, you
my
better
damn money.
listen. You better pay me, or I'm gonna start taking bolts off of some of these chairs.
So, right.
I'm gonna get paid. Okay.
Like, let me tell you how bad it was, because I worked in the suites, and when you worked in the private suites, we don't really deal with a whole lot of cash. So most of my tips were credit card tips. In that 6 weeks, well, actually going on 7 weeks. Well, that would have been a seventh week check. So in that 6 weeks, my check came and they owed me almost $8,000. It was like
Damn.
7,800. Yeah, that's how bad it was. You had all of my money, because I didn't hardly have any kind of cash tips. And if it had not been for my ex-husband at the time, I mean my husband at the time, you know, um
Yeah.
I don't know how I would have been able to come back and forth to work. But what about the people who didn't have support like that? And so going back to the
Absolutely.
media's bias, I just thought that was some old bitch move ass shit. Because the one organization that did not call me back, I'm pretty sure they called and was like, hey. And that's where they was like, oh shit, she about to blow up our whole shit.
Mm-hmm.
I just think that's just so messed up. Like, catch these people in the act, report these people doing bad things. Like, don't warn these people. You're supposed to be the news. But I know snitches in every organization. I
Yep.
digress.
And if you were shaking your ass like a red nose shakes his face, I'm not impressed. Matter of fact,
Why?
No.
shaking your ass in general, like shit, get a diploma, have a career. That shit sexy.
People have careers and diplomas and can twerk.
And can still shake their
And
ass, right?
I'm cool with that, but that's lower on the list than the other shit.
I hear you.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, while we're on the subject of shit we need to get back into later, there's a whole difference between things that attract people and things that'll keep them. And all you motherfuckers are focused on what attracts people and wondering why you can't keep on.
Keep Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Write that down. Yes, that's a good one.
But also, if you're out here on the internet calling yourself shaking your ass or twerking, please make sure you got some ass to shake, because I am tired
No,
of y'all out here
let's visit that for a minute.
shaking y'all imaginations on my
Let's visit
screen.
that for a minute. Let's just visit that for a minute. So, number one, if you're going to be out here shaking your ass and twerking, okay, you definitely want to make sure that you have an ass to twerk or
Yeah.
shake. You want to make sure that that ass doesn't look like an old school road map. You want to make sure that that
Having
ass.
that stretch marks.
I mean, listen.
Stretch around.
I mean, there's a difference between those faint marks, that I think a lot of women get, and I'm not body shaming or any kind of way. But if you're going to be putting your ass on display like that, you want to probably make sure that it doesn't look like an old school roadmap.
Listen.
Listen, I'm just saying, right? So you want to also make sure that that ass is clean and that you are free of any evidence of any, let's just say, usage of monthly products.
Also, clean
Okay.
your motherfucking house in the background.
Yes. Yes. If
Also,
you're gonna
make sure,
if you're gonna
yes,
do a selfie, okay.
that your twerking area is clean and free
Yes.
of debris.
Okay. Also, if you ain't got no bed frame, you ain't got no business twerking. Okay.
Your work needs to be at a
You
job,
you need to be doing something different.
getting a headboard.
Shoot. I'm tired of y'all twerking and your box spring on the floor. Stop it. Hell.
Yep.
Damn,
Look.
bed frames don't even cost that much.
And I can hear my friend talking now, like, everybody ain't got that. Well, hell, I don't have a perfect ass either. But you want to know one place you won't see it?
Thank you. Thank
On your
you.
timeline.
On anyone's timeline.
Nobody.
Nobody.
Do it like me. Sorry.
Lord.
I swear. God love him.
He's hilarious.
All right.
Okay, people. We gotta wrap this up.
Yeah, because I gotta walk a dog. Go ahead.
Walking the dog.
You're welcome.
Dog. Good night, people. Good day. I don't know when y'all listen to this shit. If you like the show, tell a friend, tell a foe, tell a hoe. And if you don't, tell everybody you know. It's the Threesome Podcast on Facebook and the Gram, the Threesome Pod on Twitter. Bye.
Bye.
Ciao, Bella.